A beautiful evening at Wintercrest Field as the Coon Rapids Cardinals have their senior night hosting non-conference opponent Chisago Lakes. Joe Young and Howie Shapiro behind home plate for CTN's live coverage of high school baseball, and a couple of games left in the regular season. Coon Rapids hoping to finish strong.
Yeah, definitely. And they're looking at sections coming up here, and I'm looking at their sections ranking right now. They're in third in the sections, and they'd like to get a couple of wins, see if they can maybe move that up a little bit. Nonetheless, they feel this is an opportunity for them to get a W. And, one thing they're doing, they're hitting the ball really well as of late.
Well, last week we saw them against Minnetonka on Monday night.
Yep.
They couldn't get the bats going, and despite some errors in the field, only gave up 4 runs, losing to the Skippers. But they bounced back with a 7-6 win over Maple Grove, and then a big victory, put up 12 runs against Park Center. And then we're up again on Monday of this week before the game was suspended. That was against
Rochester Mayo.
Mayo.
And they had put up 7 runs. So they're definitely scoring the ball and, hitting the ball and scoring runs. And this is an opportunity to see if they can continue to keep their bats hot, as they've got a game left after this, and then they'll start section play.
Dom Torres leading off for the Wildcats. So the Wildcats coming off a shutout loss to Becker. And they've struggled, losing their last 3 of their last 4. Jared Fearing attacking early, getting ahead 0-2. And a swinging strike 3 gets away from Kopp. Easy throw down to Dutton. Will retire Torres on 3 pitches.
Yeah, again, Fearing's looking good here early to start this contest. And, their pitching actually has been pretty decent this year. It's definitely not one of their areas that they were working on. The hitting really was one of the areas, and scoring runs, and they seem to have figured a little bit of that out as of late.
Xavier Taylor, the left fielder, digging in. Kellen Meisner now in the on-deck circle. Andrew Mandel behind him. This one fouled back to the backstop. Larson, Gilman, Stilp, Blameyer, and then Cowenhoven round out the order for the Wildcats. And again, an 0-2 pitch. This one popped up and will get out of play. And Taylor will stay alive early on. Not fearing these hitters at all, going right after him.
No, again, very deliberate from the mound, not wasting any time between pitches.
Fires a fastball way up high. That's the first pitch not for a strike. But he's got room to play, still ahead 1-2. He goes upstairs again. Taylor a little more tempted, but did not turn around. It's 2-2.
Yeah, again, just up high in the zone on that with that fastball. The last couple of pitches. That didn't miss by too much.
Breaking pitch inside, and the count is full. Hate to lose him here after getting out ahead 0-2. Instead, he attacks, gets the swinging strike 3, back-to-back strikeouts for Fearing to start his outing.
Yeah, again, that's Taylor up a little bit in the zone, but he offered at it.
So look at the defense. Stahlberger, Scheller, and Myrie in the outfield. Tommy Dutton, Logan Ness on the right side. Zach Novak and Sammy Lee on the left. Jaden Kopp behind the plate for Jared Fearing. Only the center fielder, Danny Scheller, not a senior. 8 of the 9 seniors in the starting lineup here against the Wildcats. A big curveball gets Meisner swinging, and now fouled out of play. 0-2.
And again, pitching ahead in the count for Fearing. He's been doing that fair amount here this first inning.
And another 3-pitch strikeout. He fans the side in the first. Cardinals come to the plate after this. You're watching high school baseball on CTN. back at Wintercrest Park. Coon Rapids getting through the top half of the first inning quickly and hoping they can take their time in the dugout and celebrate their senior night.
Exactly. And then again, see if they can get their bats going here to start early in this game.
First baseman Tommy Dutton will lead things off, followed by the pitcher Jared Fearing. Scheller is hitting third. Jaden Kopp catching and hitting in the cleanup spot. Zach Novak, then Sammy Lee, Logan Ness, Matthew Stahlberger, and Mason Myrie round out the order for Coach Mossy, Coach Bright, and the Cardinals.
Coon Rapids hitting .268 as a team, and Tommy Dutton, leading hitter for average on this squad, as he's going to step at the plate to lead off here, hitting .345 on the year.
Xander Blameyer is the pitcher.
Just a sophomore.
And his defense behind him, Cole Stilp out in right field, Joseph Cowenhoven in center, and Xavier Taylor in left. Charles Gilman is playing at first base with Jack Belland at second. Dominic Torres is the shortstop. Ian Larson playing the hot corner. Kellen Meisner is behind the plate calling the pitches for Blameyer.
Jock is his French cousin, by the way.
It's focused on the last name. This one right down the pipe, fouled back out of play by Dutton, 0-1. Jared Fearing had an outstanding start. Put a little pressure on his opposition. Blameyer trying to answer accordingly. Great breaking pitch there to get ahead 0-2.
Yeah, Tommy just kind of looked at that pitch. That came back with a similar one, but a little bit up in the zone.
Well, and every batter in this ballgame so far, the first four have been behind in the count, 0-2. Fearing only threw balls to one batter in that first inning. That was Xavier Taylor. Curveball rolled to the left side. Torres fields, throws in time to Gilman for out number one.
Yeah, routine ground ball. And Torres with doing a nice job of cleanly fielding that, and then the quick throw over to Gilman.
And it was a slow roller, so he had to charge quickly. And threw him out with plenty of time. Jared Fearing will dig in, hoping to help his own cause.
Fearing hitting .226 on the season.
Pitch up and in, starts him out 1-0. Fearing a patient hitter, but solid for contact. Can bring a little power. This one skied to left. Taylor has all day to settle underneath for out number two.
Yeah, a relatively easy fly ball for Taylor in left.
And that'll bring up Danny Scheller. Two very quick outs for Blameyer and the Wildcats. Curveball in for a strike.
Scheller hitting .295 on the year. He offered. Let's see what they.
No, there's no way that he went around.
Nope.
But he started that same breaking pitch. Belt high, dropped it off the table, hoping to get him to swing, but wouldn't. Does not bring a ton of speed, but location and a decent break on his early stuff. It's helped him get those two quick outs. Now behind the count, 2-1. Goes to the fastball on Scheller and gets strike two to even the count. Curveball gets Scheller swinging. Was in the dirt, so they'll have to throw down, but Meisner gets it to Gilman. And both teams go 1-2-3 in the first. You're watching high school baseball on CTN.
Did you know major recreational equipment like RVs, campers, converted buses, and boats are allowed on residential property in Coon Rapids? But you are limited to 2 items that must be registered and operable. And any vehicle parked at a home for more than 12 hours must not exceed a certain size. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Back at Wintercrest Park, Danny Scheller playing at
Look at the glove.
center field.
I love it. When I was in the dugout earlier talking to Mossy and Bright, he said, made a point of coming up to me and showing his glove. I said, he says, can you get this on? And I said, of course we can. That's a sweet glove.
And he's got the armband to match.
He does.
Again, the only non-senior in the lineup tonight. Not the at-bat he wanted in the first inning. Swinging at a pitch he would love to have had back, but we start the second. Both pitchers off to good starts, and Fearing comes out firing. Andrew Marvell takes it inside for ball 1. First at bat that Fearing has not started with a strike. This one rolled out in front of home plate. Fearing gets there. The throw is not in time as Marvell beats it out on a 10-foot roller.
Yeah, I think there's a little miscommunication who's actually going to go after that ball, and Kopp came out from behind plate. I almost thought that was maybe Kopp's ball to field. Coach Mossy coming over and talking to the home plate official about the call. Let's take another look at that. It was a close play, but he did beat it out. Now our 2 officials are going to discuss it. It'll change nothing. Be a base hit.
Yeah, I would like to see the catcher get to it, because he's moving out, but doesn't have to turn all the way around. But this one popped up, back will get out of play. Good effort from Kopp, but it's 0-1. So man at first, nobody out. Ian Larson behind in the count, 0-1. Fearing operating with a base runner for the first time tonight.
Quickly goes 0-2.
Off-speed pitch. Got him out in front. Fastball high.
Kopp, good defensive catcher, always looking down to see if he can throw down. That pitch was up, looked over at first base.
Foul back, out of play. We'll try again at 1-2. Marvell not taking a lot of a lead out at first base.
Nope.
And Fearing working with the pace that he has and how much speed he brings on the fastball would make it dangerous, as you mentioned, with a catcher who is keeping as close an eye on first base as Jaden Kopp is. Another miss up high for Fearing with the fastball, and it's a full count to Ian Larson. In danger here of getting into a little bit of a jam.
Yeah, he doesn't want to lose him in this situation. That would be obviously put 2 on and nobody out.
This one hit well, the left field. Over for it is Stahlberger, but this one well foul.
Well, he lost it too. He didn't know where that ball was. Fortunately, it drifted foul.
Eighth pitch of the at-bat for Ian Larson. Another full count offering from Fearing. Called a strike on the outside edge.
Huge.
And that's a big strike three. Fourth strikeout of the ballgame for Fearing. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 9.
Number 9.
Chuck Gilman. Another look at the strike on the outside edge. The check on the runner, and Marvell back in time. Fastball called a strike.
Right at the knees. See if you're trying to induce, maybe see if you can hit something on the ground, keeping the ball low in the zone. See if they can turn 2.
This one rolled back up the middle. The flip to Ness for 1. The relay in time. 6-4-3 double play ends the inning. No score after an inning and a half on CTN.
There was once a time when local sports coverage wasn't what it is now. A dark age filled with handycams and Polaroids and angry crowds. Then 2 noble souls stood and proclaimed aloud that they'd give the people high-quality sports no matter how. So sports nights they became. Delivering stats and highlights was their vow. And sports nights they remain. Watch them weekly on CTN Now.
Want to know the who, what, when, and where of Coon Rapids? Then follow CTN on social media. It's that simple. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, keep up with local news, sports, and events. And the people who make our community such a great place to live. So give us a follow, like, share, or subscribe, and always be the first to know what's up in Coon Rapids. That's CTN, helping you stay connected.
Beautiful mid-May evening at Wintercrest Ballpark as the Coon Rapids Cardinals host Chisago Lakes. A big senior class celebrating senior night. They will finish the regular season over at the high school against Duluth East tomorrow afternoon. And then it's playoff time.
It is playoffs. It'll be interesting to see how it all finishes up. Where they who they draw.
Jaden Cobb, Zach Novak, and Sammy Lee, the scheduled hitters for inning number 2. Xander Blameyer able to get through the Cardinals 1-2-3 in the first. Falls behind in the count, and now Cobb hits this one into right field, coming on to make the catch is Stilp, and there's one away.
Yeah, if you look at the way it stands now, I believe they would open at home against Anoka.
And now Zach Novak. Great curveball right there. Falls right in for strike number 1.
Yeah, Cardinals have a QRF rating of 31, and Forest Lake just above them has a rating of number 30, so it is close.
Fastball down and away, evens the count. Blameyer doesn't have quite the same snap on his fastball that Fearing does, but his breaking pitch has definitely been effective so far. This one skied into foul territory and will get out of play.
Had that one up a little bit in the zone, but Novak offered it and got underneath it. Fortunately for him, it did carry out of bounds.
Blameyer ahead in the count now, 1-2. Cowan hit him. And we'll put Novak on base with one away here in the second. First base runner of the evening for the home team.
Yeah, definitely what Blameyer did not want to do, and that's beat him.
That'll bring up the shortstop, Sammy Lee. And Blameyer, first opportunity to pitch with a runner on base. And he gives up a balk. Blameyer confused.
Yeah, he's looking for an
wants
explanation.
an explanation.
Yep.
And
well, you heard our officials yell balk.
so that'll put Novak into scoring
nice
position,
bunt.
and a beautiful bunt by Sammy Lee, and he's going to beat it out for an infield 10-foot single.
Yeah, he definitely, it was close at the plate, but he definitely beat that one out. He's got some nice wheels down the base paths, and he's able to make sure he beat that one. Just a beautifully placed bunt. Made it very difficult for Meisner.
Well, and it's Meisner that gets after this one.
Yep.
And yes,
he beat it.
So one pitcher went for that same ball. One pitcher, one catcher, both have come up short. Runners at the corners with one out here for Coon Rapids. Looking to start the scoring. Logan Ness takes a healthy hack at the first thing he sees, but fouls it back out of play, and it's 0-1.
Well, this is only third at bat. He's had 3 plate appearances, though, for Ness this season, as he's getting the start as a senior.
Curveball falls in for a strike as Sammy Lee takes second.
And I've got a couple of runners in scoring position. Cardinals trying to draw first blood here today.
0-2. Fastball called a strike, and Ness is done quickly. Second strikeout of the ball game for Blameyer, and he needed it.
Yes, he did.
Now with 2 gone, he can focus on the runner at the plate, and he still has a base open as he gets to the number 8, 9 spots in the Cardinal order.
Yeah, he would love to get out of this jam without any run production.
Stahlberger fouls back out of play as the wind picks up.
Yep.
Gusting in from left field. Curveball rolled to the left side. Scooping it is Torres. His throw is in time. And the Cardinals leave 2 stranded in scoring position after 2 innings. There's no score. You're watching high school baseball on CTN. Back at Wintercrest, no score after a couple of innings.
Well, Cardinals with a good threat in their bottom half of the second. They move to the top of the third.
Jared Fearing gave up a leadoff single, but only faced the minimum through 2 innings. So bottom third of the order due up. Cole Stilp, the right fielder, swings and misses. Maybe got a piece. 0-1. Xander Blameyer, the pitcher behind him, and then the center fielder, Joe Cowenhoven, is the number 9 hitter. Called strike on a nice breaking pitch from Fearing. Gets him ahead, then count 0-2. He's been there a lot.
Yes, he has.
Still ducks away from one up and in.
Another one, just
another breaking pitch that didn't really break, and still ducking out of the way, or he may have gotten himself on base. 2-2 pitch now. Fastball swung on and missed. Strikeout number 5 for Fearing.
He blew that pitch by him. If we hadn't traded the radar gun in for a helicopter, we would be able to tell you just how fast that was.
And now the opposing pitcher, Xander Blameyer. And he goes right after him, knee-high strike. Staying on the fastball, staying in the zone, 0-2. This one hit to the right side, scooping his nest. The throw to Dutton in time, and there's 2 down.
A nice play in the field by Logan Ness. Record the second out of the inning.
That'll bring up Cowanhoven. Did not swing at the pitch, down and away. Fastball in for a strike. Another fastball, another strike. Another batter that finds Jared Fearing ahead in the count.
Well, he's on. I mean, he is definitely on this evening so far.
Swinging strike 3. 6 strikeouts his first time through the order. He's faced 9, the minimum, through 3. His team back at the dish after this.
Did you know major recreational equipment like RVs, campers, converted buses, and boats are allowed on residential property in Coon Rapids? But you are limited to 2 items that must be registered and operable. And any vehicle parked at a home for more than 12 hours must not exceed a certain size. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Beautiful evening at the ballpark. It's senior night for the Cardinals. They've got 9 seniors on the roster, 8 of them in the starting lineup. Jacob Maddock, the other starting pitcher, or one of the other starting pitchers, the only senior not in the starting lineup, I believe. Mason Myrie hitting 9th, starting in right field.
Mason hitting 258 as he steps to the plate.
Off-speed pitch right there for strike 1.
Both teams with a hit apiece.
And both have been 10 feet from home plate.
Exactly.
I mean, pitchers have done outstanding so far. A couple of base runners allowed, a single, a bunt single, and then a hit by pitch in that last inning. But Blameyer still only threw 12 pitches in the inning. Great curveball right there. Gets him back ahead in the count. He goes back to it. Skied behind second. And short, Torres will back up into the grass for out number 1.
I thought that ball was going to go a little bit further, but as you mentioned, Torres, all he had to do was drift back to just the infield grass on the the outfield grass, I should say.
And back to the top of the order, Tommy Dutton. Slow roller through the infield that was also fielded by Torres. Curveball fell off early, and it's a pretty easy take, and now a fastball misses low, 2-0.
Well, obviously Dutton had an opportunity to see him already.
This one hit well to right, down the line, and foul. May have been extra bases if it were.
Oh, yeah, it may have been able to find
a foot and a half straighter.
Yep. On the right side of the green.
Instead, it is strike one. 2-1. That is the best hit ball for either squad so far this evening.
Nice
Curveball is in for a strike, and it's 2-2. He has definitely froze some Coon Rapids hitters early with that one. This one solidly into left field. A one-out single for Dutton.
Yeah, he cut that ball in half, did a really nice job with it and put it in the hole between third and short.
No chance for anyone to field that one. That'll bring up Jared Fearing, an opportunity to help his own cause. High fly ball to left field that hung up for Xavier Taylor back in the first inning. They check on Dutton. He's back in time, and a little trouble for Gilman on the scoop, but eventually gets it back to his pitcher. Up and in. Again, a good pitch for Blakemeyer early. Clipping that inside corner on the right-handed batters. Dutton, the runner at first, is going to take off. That's outside. The throw down is just about in time, but unable to squeeze it was Belland, and
yeah, you know, that
Dutton into scoring position with a stolen base.
I think he's fortunate that he couldn't hold on to it because I think that throw was there.
2-1 to Fearing. Fastball hit well to center. Backing up is Cowenhoven. He was there for the out. Tagging in, moving to third is Dutton. So with two away, at least they get the runner over to third base.
Well, now an opportunity for Danny Scheller to see if he can knock in a run here.
Strikeout on a pitch that he would rather not have swung at.
Absolutely.
In the first inning.
Looking to make up for that here.
First pitch hit well to left, but Taylor got a good read off the bat. Is there in plenty of time for out number 3. And again, a hit in the inning, but a pretty quick one for the Wildcats in the field. There's no score through 3 on CTN.
There was once a time when local sports coverage wasn't what it is now. A dark age filled with handycams and Polaroids and angry crowds. Then 2 noble souls stood and proclaimed aloud that they'd give the people high-quality sports no matter how. So sports nights they became. Delivering stats and highlights was their vow. And sports nights they remain. Watch them weekly on CTN Now.
Jared Fearing, a fantastic start so far. He's faced the minimum. He gave up a leadoff single on a little roller 10 feet from the plate that Marvell beat out. But defense turned a double play behind him. That's the only base runner allowed so far. 6 strikeouts. First time through the order. And back to the top here for Dom Torres, who went down swinging on 3 pitches.
Well, as you mentioned, Cardinals last 2 innings stranding a runner at third, and again, just not being able to produce a run, but both pitchers not allowing much on the base paths.
And Fearing again is going to attack the top of the order, fires a fastball right down the middle. Torres fouls it back out of play. And he definitely went that time.
Did.
Home plate umpire said, I don't need help on that. As Fearing cut that one into the dirt. Goes back to a breaking pitch, another foul back out of play. And Torres will live to see another pitch. Another 0-2. This one on a hop to Novak at third. Throws across to Dutton. And there's one down.
Again, solid defensive play for Coon Rapids, and you and I had talked about it. We've seen some games where some errors in the field have been committed by Coon Rapids, and so far a couple of nice defensive plays, good routine ground balls, making the right play.
Well, so far only 3 balls have been put into play against Fearing, and that curveball got Taylor way out in front. 0-1. And he turns him around again, 0-2. He was ahead of Taylor 0-2 in the first and then fell behind 3-2, but did eventually get him swinging. This time he gets him on 3 pitches. It's another one that Kopp has to throw down, but what a great stop by Jaden Kopp behind the plate to keep it in front of him and then, again, make it look easy.
And we talk about it all the time. Good defensive catcher. Pushes the ball in front of him, keeps it right in front, and makes that play relatively easy look, throw down there at that point.
First pitch swinging. This one's going to skip away from Zach Novak. Meisner will get aboard and keep the inning going, and I'm going to blame Shapiro on that one.
You have to, because as soon as I say that, we've talked about errors, and again, that one just, again, took a tough hop off the turf, but right into his chest.
They have not put it up either hit or error on the board, but I assume that will be ruled an error. They check on the runner, and Meisner back in time. Or does he have a, did we? No, that
was an error. Now they gave him an error.
I just wanted to make sure that Meisner wasn't given a courtesy runner.
But if you can,
fastball is in for a strike.
If you can see, if you look at the scoreboard, there's a little asterisk by the one, and it says Shapiro.
Yeah.
So they're blaming me.
Error, announcer.
Error on Shapiro.
Fastball in on the hands of Marvell, and he fouls it over to the dugout. Marvell with the power stroke to reach in the first. Smashed it a whole 10 feet.
Ooh.
Ducks away from one. We've seen a couple get up and in with some velocity against Wildcats hitters. So far, Fearing has not plucked a hitter. Speed pitch hit well, but into foul territory, and we'll do it again at 1-2.
Yeah, and then Fearing just, again, trying to get out of the inning without any damage.
Well, we saw Monday night of last week, I think 4 errors in the field for the Cardinals.
I thought
behind
it was 5.
Jacob, it may have been. Yep. Jacob Maddock did a nice job limiting the Skippers to just 4 runs in that contest. Another try at 1-2. Fearing takes a peek at first. And now will come home and get the swinging strike 3 to end the inning. His 7th strikeout of the ball game. Coon Rapids at the dish. Game is scoreless through 3.5 on CTN.
Want to know the who, what, when, and where of Coon Rapids? Then follow CTN on social media. It's that simple. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, keep up with local news, sports, and events. And the people who make our community such a great place to live. So give us a follow, like, share, or subscribe, and always be the first to know what's up in Coon Rapids. That's CTN, helping you stay connected.
Actually, back at the ballpark, it's been a pitcher's duel so far. Jared Fearing, 7 strikeouts through 4 innings. He's thrown just 51 pitches.
That's amazing.
40 of them for strikes. But Blameyer has matched him for the most part. He's given up 2 hits, 1 a bunt single, also hit a batter. But he stranded 3 runners in scoring positions in the last 2 innings.
And what's the old adage? Something has to give.
Well, and he's been outstanding too. Just 38 pitches through 3 innings, 25 of them for strikes.
That's impressive.
The last innings for each was their longest innings at 14 pitches each. For Blameyer in the bottom of the 3rd and for Fearing top of the 4th.
Oh, Jaden Kopp trying to get something going here to
But yeah, the numbers
start that bottom of the 4th.
for pitch count and ball to strike ratio, almost identical between the two. And as you mentioned in the first inning, Xander Blameyer just a sophomore. Jaden Kopp leading off for the Cardinals. Looks at that curveball for a strike, 0-1. And it has been there for him.
It really has.
All night. Goes back to it, finds the outside edge, and you saw Kopp get out onto his toes a little bit. 0-2. Fastball hit well to right.
It's going to drop.
Still cannot make the catch. Big turn. But staying there with a leadoff single is Jaden Kopp.
Yeah, nice job getting that to fall. Finds the right side of the green. That'll be the 3rd base hit of the evening for the Cardinals.
Zach Novak was hit by a pitch his first time at the plate. Made it all the way to 3rd base where he was left stranded. Now with the runner on, nobody out, looks at a pitch up high. Runner is going. This one hit high to center and short. Coming in, Cowan-Hoven has plenty of time to make the catch. And Kopp will retreat to first. That's out number 1.
Yeah, again, Novak getting underneath that pitch. Made it a relatively easy opportunity for Cowan-Hoven.
Sammy Lee dropped down what he expected to be a sacrifice bunt just to move a runner from 2nd to 3rd. Instead, it was a bunt single. He later stole a base. There was no throw, but he still stole a base.
He did.
Kopp chased back to the bag at first. That one well high, an easy take for Sammy Lee. 1 out with the runner at first.
Well, you know, you talked about both pitchers pitching well. It doesn't take much run production if they continue to throw the way they do.
Well, we've talked about it. Not a ton of heat on the fastball from Blameyer, and he doesn't use it a lot because he's got good movement in
Yep,
the curveball
does.
and a good change of pace pitch in his changeup. But that one in there for a strike. He goes back to it, misses down and away. 2-1. And the curveball has been so effective for him to freeze batters up and in and get it to drop in for a strike. But it's a dangerous pitch to throw with runners on base, and also, as you mentioned, in a scoreless game.
Exactly. I mean, this is
Because if a good hitter times up that curveball, it could mean big trouble for the Wildcats. 2-1 pitch. Runner is off. Pitch is called a strike. Sliding in safely is Kopp, well ahead of the throw from Meisner. Stolen base gets him into scoring position. The strike called makes it 2-2 to Sammy Lee.
Yeah, Kopp attempted to get the steal on the Novak at bat, but Novak put it out to the outfield for the out. This time he's able to make that happen. Get in scoring position.
Pitch down and away. Full count. And again, Coon Rapids been able to get a runner into scoring position with less than 2 outs in each of the last 2 innings. And now for a third straight inning. Full count pitch. In on the hands, blooped behind second, backing up to make the catch is Belland, and there's 2 down.
Carlos just trying to get a run in here. They've had opportunities with runners in scoring position, but haven't been able to produce anything across the plate.
Logan Ness struck out first time up. Looks at a fastball low. And another one missing low for Xander Blameyer. 2-0. Not a position he has been in a lot.
No.
This one hit well to left. Going back is Taylor. It is off the fence, and Kopp will score easily. An RBI double for Logan Ness.
Great opportunity. Logan Ness drilled that ball. I thought that was going over the fence, but it did hit the wall in left field. But the Cardinals able to get a run here in the bottom of the 4th.
And that was that curveball again. It's frozen some hitters, but if someone times it up,
yep, and which he did.
One hops the wall for Logan Ness. And he trades places. Now Matthew Stahlberger, ground out to short first time up, looks at a fastball for a strike. Goes to that curveball and puts it over for strike 2. That one falling well out of the zone. Good stop by Meisner.
Yeah, Meisner coming out of his crouch, just making sure he got a piece of that ball and kept it where he could see it.
Oh. Good pitch there for a called third strike. Third strikeout of the game for Blameyer, but Coon Rapids comes through with a couple of hits in the first run of the ball game. They lead 1-0 as we go to the 5th. the ballpark. Jared Fearing has a lead for the first time as he takes the hill. He has been very strong so far. Just one hit allowed, one error, and just one over the minimum. And good off-speed pitch gets Ian Larson out in front, 0-1. And the fastball for Fearing is so dangerous, and he established it well early, and now he's been able to throw that off-speed pitch and the curve as well, and get these guys out in front. There's the fastball, and it's ripped back up the middle. Lee able to field it, throw in time to Dutton, a good stretch for out number 1.
Yeah, Lee had to go a little bit to his left to get that one, and that ball kind of hopped up into his glove, made it a little bit easier at the end of that play.
Bring up Chuck Gilman, grounded into a double play that ended the second inning. Comes up with one out, nobody on. Fastball swung on and missed. Eight strikeouts so far for Fearing. And that is a beauty of a pitch right there to get him ahead 0-2. This one slap foul out of play, but it'll keep Gilman alive.
Again, just protecting the plate.
After this is 15th batter, I bet he's been to an 0-2 count with probably close to 10 of those. Maybe even more. It's been impressive so far for Fearing. Gilman not going away easily. He'll foul off another one, this one to the left field side. Swinging strike 3. Strikeout number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Cole Stilp plays position number 9. And he was a strikeout victim the first time through.
Yeah, just solid on the mound.
Another look at it.
Yeah.
And so he gets the break at the right spot. Little cutter. Gets him swinging. This one hits solidly into left. Cole Stilp looked fastball first pitch, found it, and a solid single into left.
Yeah, he timed that one well, too. Second hit of the evening for the Wildcats.
Well, and again, the first one was a little, 10-foot infield single, so this one solidly struck by Stilp. And Xander Blameyer would love to get that run back that he gave up in the top half, or the bottom half of last inning. Looks at a breaking pitch for a strike, 0-1. Goes back to it, rolled back to the mound. He's going to take the one out easily to end the inning. And another quick trip to the hill for Jared Fearing. His team has a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th.
As you know, CTN's on YouTube, and we're on in a big way. We have thousands of videos online to help you stay connected to Coon Rapids on any device, at home, or on the go. And it's because of your faithful viewership that we can celebrate 10,000 subscribers to the CTN YouTube page. Thank you for your support as we continue to keep you connected.
Back at the ballpark, the sun slowly setting, but with the pace that these two pitchers are setting. They may finish this ball game before the sun dips below the horizon.
Well, if it stays the way it's been, yeah, definitely so.
Blameyer averaging less than 15 an inning. Fearing barely over 10. He's thrown 62 pitches through 5 innings, 50 of them for strikes.
That's incredible.
That's 84% strikes, roughly.
Yeah, that is definitely incredible.
Mason Myrie will lead things off. The number 9 hitter doesn't always lead off an inning.
Nope.
But this will be the second time he has done so to start his senior night, as he came up in the leadoff spot in the third and popped up just behind the shortstop. Cardinals able to get base runners the last couple of innings. Finally able to break through with a 2-out double by Logan Ness in the bottom of the fourth. Myrie out in front of the breaking pitch, 0-1.
Yeah, both pitchers work fairly quickly. That was a nice pitch there as well.
Well, again, his curveball has looked really good. But it's a more dangerous pitch to get to when you have runners on, and Myrie smokes the fastball right back through the box for a leadoff single.
Yeah, nice way to start here in the bottom half of the fifth with a 1-0 lead for the Cardinals. You know, run production has kind of been their thing here in the last 4 games, or 3 games. Looking to see if they can get some insurance here. 5th hit of the game for the Cardinals.
Tommy Dutton singled his last time up. Fastball, foul and out of play. Someone should yell 4, as that was headed for the 20th fairway. Blameyer sticking with the breaking pitch. With a runner on first, nobody out. Trying to hold Coon Rapids here up 1-0. This one hit well down the line to right. It's fading into foul territory and out of play.
Again, getting some pop on it, just not keeping it fair. Last couple of pitches.
Runner is going, pitches in the dirt, gets past Meisner. Myrie turned and didn't know where it was, and that's
unfortunate because he would have made it.
He could have had third base.
Oh yeah, he would have had third base if he knew what was going on. He would have kept running. He would have had third base.
But nonetheless, Coon Rapids runner in scoring position again with less than 2 outs. It's with no one out here and a 2-2 pitch now to their top of their order, Tommy Dutton. This one chopped to third, fielded by Larson. The throw across is in time. Myrie able to leg it out and move over to third base. So a productive ground out for Dutton. And that separator run is 90 feet away.
Yeah, good heads-up play to get over to third. Myrie doing a nice job of extending it.
Jared Fearing, a couple of fly ball outs. His first time to left, the second time to center. This time fouled back.
Well, he would take a long fly ball out in this situation because it most likely would score a run. And then give him a little bit of a cushion.
Blameyer feeling a little bit of pressure, trailing 1-0. Runner at third base, 1 out. Fearing, high fly to center field, but not deep. It'll be Stilt making the catch from right. Myrie bluffs the tag, but will stay at third. There's 2 down.
Yeah, just didn't get enough on it to score him from third. He thought about it, but then thought better of it.
And now Danny Scheller trying to push that runner across. Again, able to get a runner into scoring position with nobody out. In danger of leaving another man in scoring position, as they have done a couple of times already in this ball game. Pitch is outside, 1-0. Left scoring runners in scoring position in each of the last 3 innings. 2 left in scoring position back in the second.
Yep.
Pitch was down and away, 2-0. Meisner's been strong, but one has gotten past him so far. This one hit well to left center. Long run for Cohen Hoven, but it's Taylor who comes over from left to make the catch and end the inning. Cardinals strand a runner at third base for the 3rd time in 5 innings. We go to the 6th. Coon Rapids 1, Chisago Lake 0 on CTN.
Did you know you can raise backyard chickens? But a permit is required, and there's a limit of 4 female chickens per property. No roosters or other fowl are allowed. And there are specific rules for the chicken coop and run. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov. Did you know city code prohibits outdoor storage of things like building materials, auto parts, household items, scrap metal, garbage, and more? Thank you for helping our city look its best. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
No.
Back at Wintercrest Park, 6th inning of a pitching duel. Coon Rapids gets the lone run in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-out double by Logan Ness. Jared Fearing has been fantastic through 5. Can he keep it going? Facing the 9-hitter to start this 6th, then back to the top of the order.
A couple of defensive changes for the Cardinals in the field. Mason Myrie moves over to left field, and Price Karen takes his place in moves to left field and takes his place in right field. So Price
Karen
right.
is now in right field.
Correct.
The Price is right.
The Price is
in
right.
Field.
And Myrie in left. Start at the top of the 6th.
Reaching out and poking a single into right field is Joe Cohenhoven to start the 6th inning with a single.
Exactly what the Wildcats needed here in the top of the 6th. Obviously trailing by just a run, and the Cardinals had that opportunity to extend it to at least 2, and they couldn't get that run across. As you mentioned, 3 times have stranded a runner at third base tonight.
Back to the top of the order, Tom Torres 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out, shows bunt and pushes it foul down the first baseline. And definitely a good spot to play small ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trailing by just 1. I mean, again, this is a team that was shut out their last contest. This one bunted back to the mound. They get the out at first. Big turn at second by Cohenhoven. Nearly had him in trouble, but Dutton decided not to throw down.
Well, that ball came back quickly to Fearing. I wasn't sure if he was going to take a look over at second to see if he could make a play at the bag there. Get that
Xavier
lead runner.
Taylor 0 for 2, a pair of strikeouts. Yeah, I thought the same, but take the guarantee.
Yeah, I agree. I don't disagree. I just thought maybe it came back so quickly that he would make the turn and throw to second.
He has had good success against this part of the lineup. so far. Behind in the count 2-0 to Xavier Taylor, and that one in there for a strike. He had been ahead in the count 0-2 to Xavier Taylor both times before, and he's back to getting it even at 2-2. Taylor foul down the third base line.
Looking to see if he could straighten that one out. That would have been a big hit had he
it
been
would
able
have been
to do so.
Huge. It had been a fair ball, and it wasn't fouled by much.
Nope. I hit him. That's unfortunate. Had a couple of strikes on him, and then he hits him, puts him on first. Now you've got runners at first and second, just the one away.
Well, it does bring the double play back into account. Kellen Meisner, the catcher for Chisago Lakes, hit it hard to third, reached on an error last time. Strikeout back in the first. He's got 2 on, 1 out. Curveball inside, 1-0.
Again, see if he can get him to hit something on the ground. Let your defense do some work behind you.
Meisner got a piece of it, high fastball. He was looking to drive it. Instead, it's 1-1. This one popped up, an opportunity for Kopp.
Oh, huge.
Little basket catch and a big, big second out.
Oh, such a huge out.
Jaden Kopp made it look easy.
Yep.
Because it was.
It was. Nothing but a thing.
And that'll bring up Andrew Marvell. Had the infield single in the second, struck out in the fourth. Now with 2 on, 2 out. His team trailing by 1. Fastball hit to the right side, slows on the grass. Ness, an easy play to Dutton. And the threat has been thwarted. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Coon Rapids leading 1-0 on CTN.
Did you know properties are required to have garbage and recycling service with a licensed hauler? On collection day, place your carts 2 feet behind the curb. Collection containers should not be placed in the street. And don't forget, containers are not allowed at the curb on non-collection days. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Great evening for baseball, and it's been a tight one from the very start. 2 pitchers in complete control. It has been fun to be a part of on senior night. Coon Rapids celebrating their 9 seniors. No fingernails left at the ballpark as we get to the bottom of the 6th. Jaden Kopp, Zach Novak, and Sammy Lee, the scheduled hitters for the Cardinals. This is the part of the order that produced last time through. Jaden Kopp had a leadoff single, stole a base, and scored the only run of the ballgame so far on a 2-out double by Logan Ness.
Oh, they would love some insurance here.
Well, they've had their opportunities over the last 4 innings. They've been getting guys into scoring position, but only the one time that they've been able to push it across. First pitch drilled down the line to left. That curveball hung there for Jaden Kopp, and he stroked it into left for a solid single. His second hit of the ball game.
Yeah, that's what you want to do in the situation. We just talked about it, some insurance. Kopp starting this inning off right for the Cardinals with a base hit, 6th of the game for the Cardinals.
Well, we'll see how close an eye they keep on Jaden Kopp. He stole early when he was on the bases last. Good solid bunt for Novak, bobbled by Blameyer, and he beat it out.
That's an error.
It's got to be an error as Blameyer allows the run to reach
He looks
on the little bobble.
He looks surprised, but definitely he beat it out.
Novak will reach on the error, but he will be credited with a sacrifice. That's how that works. Because it should not hurt his batting average.
Nope.
He did his job. A balk called. Both runners will advance. Kopp takes a big turn. Meisner recovers
Second block
the
of
ball, and so really no extra damage done as the pitch got away from Meisner. The balk was definitely called, though. Second balk of the night for Blameyer.
Yep.
Lee poking at that bunt attempt.
And again, get that insurance, get that extra run.
Well, they have it on as now 2-1.
Yeah. I thought that was
But
only
if
two.
it was a balk, I don't think you get credit for the pitch. I could be wrong. It's 2-1. This one bunted back to the backstop. This one hit back up the middle and through the drawn-in infield. Kopp will score easily. Here comes Novak. He will get home as well, and that's the insurance the Cardinals were looking for. A big 2-run single for Sammy Lee.
Yeah, again, just a great job of hitting by Sammy Lee, putting it back up the box, scoring, getting a couple RBI. And, yeah, that insurance was definitely needed for the Cardinals as, Fearing is pitching so well, and to give them that little bit of extra cushion to take into the top of the 7th. It's huge.
And now Logan Ness came through with a big 2-out RBI double last time at the dish. This time looks at a curveball outside, 1-0. And now a fastball in, 2-0. Still nobody out in the inning. Single and an error. And then a big 2-run single. This one popped up in the infield, and
They needed that out.
Belland will squeeze it for out number 1. That'll bring up number 9, Price Karen. His first at bat.
Price hitting 250 here as he steps to the plate.
Looks at an eye-high fastball for ball 1. Runner is going. They pitch inside and gets him in the same spot Forrest Gump was shot. Puts him at first base. 2 on again with only 1 out.
Carter, vote the head coach. Wait for the head coach for the Wildcats coming out to the mound. You know, we've seen Xander Bleymaier pitch so well.
Yeah.
Wheels kind of falling off a little here for him.
Well, his second hit by pitch of the ball game. He's allowed runners, but has really been able to get himself out of danger very effectively through the first 5 innings. Here, they got to him a little bit with the 2-run single, but I think he's going to stay on. His pitch count is still outstanding, and you know the error was big. That would be a second out in the ball game or in the inning right now, but with the hit by pitch, you're looking at 2 on, 1 out. Bottom of the order here, number 9 hitter Mason Myrie. Myrie had a single last time up, also stole a base. But if Coon Rapids can come up with another hit and put one or more on, this one bounced in front of the mound and off the umpire. Both runners advance on the wild pitch.
And Bleymaier saying, that's on me. Indeed it is.
That's not how you follow a hit by pitch.
No.
The very next pitch in the dirt. It's a good fastball, but off the edge, 2-0. But you definitely would rather not load the bases and then turn it back to the top of the order. Another pitch in the dirt. Good stop by Meisner.
Yeah,
Keeps the run from coming home, but a 3-0 count now to Mason Myrie.
Meisner's had his work cut out for him a little bit behind the plate here this inning. He had to make some plays.
Fastball misses low, a 4-pitch walk. It's the first walk surrendered by either pitcher.
That's amazing.
Yeah, Bleymaier, I think, it had only gone to a 3-ball count once before this inning. So that was only the second time he'd been to a 3-ball count. Dutton on the first pitch lines it into right. 1 run scores easily. Karen will score from second. Another couple runs for the Cardinals puts them up 5-1. And coasting over to third is Mason Myrie.
That makes it 5-0. And I think this may be it for.
That will be it.
This'll
His
be it for
second trip
Bleymaier.
to the mound in the inning means the end of the evening for Xander Bleymaier. Really, he was outstanding up until this 6th inning. And Coon Rapids finally able to get after him a bit.
Let's see Chuck Gilman.
We will take a break as they put a new pitcher on the hill. Back to the ballpark after this on CTN.
Did you know Coon Rapids has a city code regulating the height of your grass? Grass and weeds must be kept under 8 inches high. Thank you for helping our city look its best. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov. Any vehicles left outside on your property must be in operable condition and parked on an improved surface with current registration displayed. And repairing or dismantling vehicles outside is a violation of city code. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
So Chuck Gilman, who's been playing at first, will come in relief. And River Bemlot will take over at first.
Gilman comes in trying to see if he can stop the bleeding here. 8 base hits for the Cardinals, 5 runs scored. They're continuing to score runs here the last number of games. 7 against Maple Grove, 12 Park Center, and then Mayo in a game that didn't count because it was rained out. 7 runs in that game, and now 5 here so far this evening.
Well, 3 of their hits, 4 of the runs here in this 6th inning. And nobody feels better about it than the guy digging in right now, because Jared Fearing has been outstanding on the hill. And now a little padding for his lead in the bottom of the 6th. Runner goes. This one hit high to center field. Going back to first will be Dutton, but tagging and coming home is Myrie. Oh, he's not going to make it, as that got in quickly from Joe Cohenhoven. And so not what Fearing had hoped for, but another very quick out. Seven hitters in the inning faced by the starter Blameyer. He faced 7 guys. He gave up 3 hits, the error and a hit batter, and he'd still only thrown 17 pitches.
It's amazing. I mean, both pitchers obviously pitched well here. A tough bottom of the 6th for Blameyer.
Danny Scheller with runners at the corners. That pitch clips the inside edge for Gilman, evens the count at 1-1. Runner goes. This one fouled to the backstop.
Again, Cardinals trying to be aggressive here, continuing so here in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, and this is the score that Chisago Lakes had lost to Becker to in their last outing, a 5-0 loss. And certainly a concern anytime you're struggling offensively, but especially when it's just before the playoffs. That was a great off-speed pitch.
Yes, it was.
By Gilman, and it got Scheller swinging. He struck out for the 2nd time tonight. Cardinals looking to close it out, going to the top of the 7th with a 5-0 lead on CTN.
Did you know major recreational equipment like RVs, campers, converted buses, and boats are allowed on residential property in Coon Rapids? But you are limited to 2 items that must be registered and operable. And any vehicle parked at a home for more than 12 hours must not exceed a certain size. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Jared Fearing, an opportunity to close it out himself. He has been cruising since the very first inning when he fanned the side. He's throwing 80% strikes through 6 innings.
Well, we talked about it, the way he was pitching here this evening, that he didn't need a lot of run production, and Cardinals able to give him a nice little cushion here going into the top of the 7th.
9 strikeouts in the ball game for Fearing, just 3 hits allowed. 1 was an infield single. This is Ian Larson. 0 for 2, strikeout and a ground out. Fastball in to even the count, 1-1. Fearing's longest inning, pitch-wise, 14 pitches.
That's amazing. 13
of those were for strikes. This one is going to spin foul. That was almost the second 15-foot single for the Wildcats today. But it does spin just wide of that line. Yeah, very unique occurrence as both the Redbirds and the Cardinals are playing here at Wintercrest tonight. And,
little snafu.
And it's senior night, and fortunately, Redbirds skipper Jeff Lindstrom, nice enough to let them have the big field. And looks like this game is going to be done before the lights are really needed, and then the Redbirds can come over here and finish up if needed. Ian Larson ducks away from a fastball up and in. The count goes full. This one rolled to Sammy Lee. It's short, takes his time, makes the throw to Dutton almost too cautiously.
Yeah.
But it's there for out number one.
Yeah, he didn't want to rush it, but he wanted to make sure he got it there. And as he mentioned, kind of almost took a little something off his throw. Nonetheless, they get the first out of the inning.
Chuck Gilman digging in 0 for 2. Hit into a double play and struck out. Fouls back the first pitch, 0-1. That is just the second time in the ball game that Jared Fearing has gone to a 3-ball count, by the way. This one fouled back out of play.
That's just crazy.
And once more we see Jared Fearing in the driver's seat with an 0-2 count.
I hit him.
And that's not how he wanted to follow that up.
No, second hit batter of the game for Fearing.
Yep, hit Taylor in the 6th inning. That'll bring up Cole Stilp. He has one of the 3 hits in the ballgame for Chisago.
Jaden Green is going to be the courtesy runner over at first.
Stilp ducks away from a pitch up and in. And then way up high, 2-0.
Yeah, Kopp had to go up quickly to get that one.
Comes back, finds the zone, 2-1. Back out of play, and the count is 2-2.
Had to fight that one off.
He did. I was wondering how I was going to describe that, and fighting it off is about as good as it can get. A good off-speed breaking pitch that was going to be in the zone, and still had to get a piece of it or get punched out. This one stroke foul down the line, 2-2. It will remain. This is the longest inning of the night now for Jared Fearing, as that was his 15th of the inning. Fires a fastball past Stilp. Strikeout number 10 on the night.
10. He's had a stellar evening from the mound.
And now down to their final out. That'll bring up River Bemlot, who came in the bottom half of the inning. Kind of an excuse me swing on the curveball down and in, 1-1. Fastball, and he was late, 1-2. And the Wildcats down to their last strike. Fearing trying to finish off a complete game shutout. Fastball down and in. 2-2. With 2 out, a runner at first base. Fearing attacks. Bemlot fouls it off out of play. It'll stay 2-2. We'll try again.
Yeah, trying to keep that at-bat alive, trying to see what he can do with a runner at first and down to their last strike.
Bemlot fires it foul down the left field line and out of play. Chisago Lakes fighting here in the top of the 7th.
Ooh.
Did not miss by much, but breaks just enough to fall out of the zone. And the count is full. I don't think Bemlot can let that one go again. I think he gets rung up if he looks at that another time. 3-2 pitch. Fastball is outside. And this game will continue. First walk issued by Jared Fearing in this contest.
Wildcats still with an opportunity here.
Mossy out to talk to his pitcher and his infield as they're trying to finish it. Thankfully, they have that cushion that they got in the bottom half of the 6th, the 4-run push by the Cardinals. See Jeremy Oddie. I didn't see that he had come in, but he's playing at second.
I think that's the only change.
Joe Cowenhoven had a single in his last at bat, 1 for 2 this evening.
Yeah, looking to continue that one opportunity here.
Fastball called a strike. Bluff to first by Kopp. Keep Bemlot honest down there at the bag. Down skips away from Kopp. Both runners are going to advance and get into scoring position. Chisago Lakes trying to make it dramatic.
They're trying to get some production here in the top of the 7th. Obviously got a little bit of a hole to dig out of, down 5-0. However, they've got runners at second and third with a couple of outs. And Fearing just trying to, as you mentioned, close this one out himself.
That one down and away again. This time a good backhanded stab by the catcher, Jaden Kopp. 2-1. Yeah, hit batter and a walk in the inning. And then a wild pitch or a pass ball. Fastball fouled to the backstop. 2-2 it goes to Joe Cowenhoven. And they are once more down to their last strike. 2-2. 2 out, 2 on. Swung on and missed. Kopp applies the tag. Strikeout number 11. We got a little drama in the top of the 7th, but Jared Fearing able to finish off the complete game shutout.
Yeah, and again, just a really nice way to finish the game for Fearing. Yeah, when he left last inning, it was 1-0. Came in with a 5-0 cushion, and you know the Wildcats did threaten a little bit in the top of the 7th, but they were Cardinals able to shut them down for the 5-0 win.
Jared Fearing threw more pitches in the 7th inning than in any 2 pitches combined before that.
Pretty amazing.
As he had 29 pitches in the final frame, but he gets the job done. Again, just 3 hits allowed. He had 11 strikeouts, 1 walk, a couple of hit batters, 1 error in the field behind him. But the most important is the W that goes on the board and the big goose egg. and in the first column.
That's the 10th win of the season for Coon Rapids.
And third in a row as they get into the final week of the regular season. Again, they finish up at home against Duluth East tomorrow afternoon, but that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score, Coon Rapids 5, Chisago Lake 0. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying good night.